Scott, welcome back. So as I get ready to throw my new muzzle brake on my new 25 Creed barrel, thought I'd do a quick video just discussing tuner brakes, kind of really brief overview what they are, if I think they work, how they work, and most importantly why I think they're kind of misconstrued on why they don't work. I have shot with people at matches or just at the range that have, asked me about what I think. And I've also shot with people that say, oh, I've used those, or a buddy has used those, they don't work. I think people kind of misunderstand what they're supposed to do and how they work. So again, just a brief video over them and what I think. Also, I'm going to be doing some additional videos. I don't know if I want to call it a series, but essentially a group of videos, just kind of randomly as I'm going throughout my process with getting stuff ready, but basically a series of videos for anyone looking to get into, long range shooting in general, PRS, NRL, really anything like that, from caliber selection to hand loads versus factory ammo, gear, equipment, tuner brakes, gear that's a must-have versus gear that's nice to have. So again, maybe someone's looking to get into the sport and doesn't know exactly where to start. I know I was there myself a while ago, and it's kind of very overwhelming, especially as the sport's becoming more popular. Just a lot more gear to choose from. So again, just some quick short videos here or there of what I think. Looking forward to posting those videos. Hopefully if I can help a couple people out, it'll be well worth it. So we'll hop into it here. Again, talking about tuner brakes. If you are not familiar with a tuner or tuner brake, quick kind of example here. So there are a few that will thread onto your thread and actually come back over your barrel. You'll see them, they're pretty beefy, but it leaves your threads exposed so you can still use a suppressor or muzzle brake of your choice. I've also seen some that are tuner brakes, but the weight or the big portion of it's still farther back here. They work. I think they look a little funny, to be honest with you. So that's actually why I use the EC tuner brake. Pretty simplistic design. Essentially, it just threads onto your barrel. And then on the front here, you'll see there is some hash marks and some different settings, so you can see what you're adjusting. But basically, this front part here is just a weight. And as you change the settings, you're going to get farther and farther away from your barrel. And that is going to change your barrel harmonics. And that gets into how tuners work. Adjusting that, changing your weight, it changes the harmonics of your barrel, right? It's like if you're shooting without a muzzle brake or suppressor, and then maybe you throw a muzzle brake on or go from a muzzle brake to a suppressor, they're going to be different weights. Obviously, your point of impact will most likely change, but sometimes your group or your accuracy will change as well. And that has to do with barrel harmonics. So that is why tuners were invented. And essentially, as they change the harmonics of your barrel, it's going to affect and to change your accuracy. That is where we get into how I think they're misunderstood. I think people, expect to put them on or to spend the money on them. And when you put them on your rifle and you start changing some settings, they think, hey, boom, it should start shooting better. And that's not how it works, right? It doesn't magically make your gun shoot better. It just changes the harmonics of your barrel. So, for example, extreme example here, but make the numbers easy. If you put this on and you are on the first setting and you are shooting a 1-inch group, and you change to the second setting and it goes to 1 1/4 and then 1 1/2 and so on, maybe up to 2 inches. And then as you keep going, it starts coming back down and finally it ends at that 1-inch group again. You're going to be upset. I purchased this tuner brake. It didn't make my gun shoot better. But realistically, it is working. It changed the harmonics of your barrel, and it changed your group from that 1 inch, again, for numbers sake, an extreme example, up to that 2 inch and then back down. So what that tells you is that 1-inch group with that barrel, ammo, hand load, whatever it may be, that is the best it will shoot. At that point, you need to maybe change some ammo, tweak your hand loads if that's what you're doing. but you cannot magically throw a tuner on and your gun's going to start shooting better. So I think that's why a lot of people, will say they don't work. I don't like them. I think it's a scam, whatever it may be. But perfect world, obviously you throw it on, for example, you're shooting factory ammo, you throw it on and it tightens your groups up. Just quick example, a buddy of mine was shooting a 6 Creedmoor barrel, shooting the Hornady 108 ELD match. His barrel was getting towards the end of his life. I told him to kind of try out a tuner break because his groups were really starting to spread out. And really his goal was to just extend that barrel life, maybe another 100, 150 rounds, just to shoot a couple local, smaller matches, and then move on to the next barrel. So that being said, I'll show a few pictures here. And, this is how they work in an absolute perfect scenario. You can see 3-shot group here at 0. At that point, he adjusted it to the second setting, another 3-shot group, and so on, setting 4 and setting 6. Setting 6, he did say that he thought he pulled one of those shots a little bit up and left. So he did shoot a 4th, which went back into that nice tight group of 3. So he did confirm another 3-shot group at 6, and it shot well. So again, absolute best case scenario, perfect world. That's how it would look. It could have kind of gone the opposite, where it took that first group from setting 0 and just opened it up and then brought it back to that, and that would have been it. So, that is how they can work. That might not be how they work for you. So keep that in mind. I do hand load for almost all my calibers. So I still go through my entire hand loading process. I shoot everything with the tuner on the 0 setting. And my goal is to basically do a good enough job that I don't need to adjust it. If I get the finalized load and, it's shooting good, I think it could be better, I'll start tweaking it. And when I say that, really what I'm looking for is groups that shoot like this consistently. I'm just trying to get it to a group that shoots like this consistently. And that's such a minor difference that I don't think I'd be able to even tell. I don't think I'm a good enough shooter to notice that. With that being said, if I'm tightening that group up just enough, if that's maybe sneaking out another 1, 2, 3 points at a match, that might be enough to bump you up, into first place, or just bump you up on the leaderboard in general. So, that is why I do it. Is it something that I'm going to sit there and notice downrange during a match? Maybe not. Is it maybe just a mental confidence booster? Possibly. But that's what I use it for. So, as you can see, I have 4 of them now. I have ran these EC tuner breaks for the last 2 years. So I would like to think I have quite a bit of experience with them. I personally think they work. Again, I just think they get misunderstood sometimes on how to use them. So, if you are interested, I have a couple Gen 1s. All the black ones here are Gen 1s. This one here is a Gen 2, so slightly different. Putting this on my new 25 Creed barrel that I'm going to try to break in a little bit this weekend. So basically planning on doing a test with this, the Gen 2, and then doing a test with the Gen 1, so you can kind of see live results and how they work. Kind of threw a random load together, 40-ish grains of H-4350 and 20-ish thousands off the lands. So just to break in the barrel and get it going and whatnot. But again, going to do a test with Gen 2 versus the Gen 1. So if it's something we're interested in seeing how they work, how the groups are changing and fluctuating throughout the different settings, I'll try to get that posted here early next week. Or if you're someone that is looking into one and, not sure if you should get the Gen 1 or the new Gen 2. I'm not sure if one is maybe a little bit more effective than the other. So I'm kind of interested to see that myself. But I prefer these EC tuners. I think they look like a normal tuner break. They don't have a weird giant thing, sticking on the end of your barrel. And I think they do a really good job of mitigating the recoil as well. So I have used these. They've worked for me. I know there's a lot of other options out there that have worked for other people. So again, just wanted to briefly touch on, if I think they work and how they work, but more importantly, why I think they're misunderstood. So with that being said, like I said, going to head to the range this weekend and hopefully just do a quick test as I'm breaking in the barrel and see if we can see a little bit of a difference. And as I had mentioned at the beginning, going to be posting some different videos for people getting into long range shooting, PRS, NRL hunter, whatever it may be. So if that's something you're interested as possibly a newer shooter, maybe even experienced shooter, just looking for another opinion on something, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you can see the new videos as they come out. But as always, I hope this was helpful or informational. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down in the comments. But I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you.